everyone, today I'm going to be doing a presidential Q&A of American presidents. There will be three categories. The first one is the birthplace. The second one is the day they were inaugurated, and the third one is how they died. Let's start with the birthplaces. George Washington was born in Westmoreland County, Virginia on the 22nd of February 1732. John Adams was born in Quincy, Massachusetts on the 30th of October 1735. Thomas Jefferson was born in Albemarle County, Virginia on the 13th of April 1743. James Madison was born in Conway, Virginia, on the 16th of March 1751. James Monroe was also born in Westmoreland County, Virginia on the 28th of April 1758. John Quincy Adams was also born in Quincy, Massachusetts on the 11th of July 1767. Andrew Jackson was born in Waxhaws, North or South Carolina on the 15th of March 1767. Same year as JQA. Martin Van Buren was born in Kinderhook, New York on the 5th of December 1782. William Henry Harrison was born in Charles City County, Virginia on the 9th of February 1773. John Tyler was also born in Charles City County, Virginia on the 29th of March 1790. Same place as Harrison. James Polk was born in Mecklenburg County, North Carolina on the 2nd of November 1795. Zachary Taylor was born in Orange County, Virginia on the 24th of November 1784. Millard Fillmore was born in Cayuga County, New York on the 7th of January 1800. Franklin Pierce was born in Hillsburg, New Hampshire on the 23rd of November 1804. James Buchanan was born in Cove Gap, Pennsylvania on the 23rd of April 1791. Abraham Lincoln was born in Louisville County, Kentucky on the 12th of February 1809. Andrew Johnson was born in Raleigh, North Carolina on the 29th of December 1808. Ulysses S. Grant was born in Point Pleasant, Ohio on the 27th of April 1822. Rutherford B. Hayes was born in Delaware, Ohio on the 4th of October 1822. Same year as Grant. James A. Garfield was born in Cuyahoga County, Ohio on the 19th of November 1831. Chester Arthur was born in Fairfield, Vermont on the 5th of October 1829. Grover Cleveland was born in Caldwell, New Jersey on the 18th of March 1837. Benjamin Harrison was born on North Bend, Ohio on the 20th of August 1833. William McKinley was born in Niles, Ohio on the 29th of January 1843. Theodore Roosevelt was born in New York City, New York. It's New York City itself, New York, on the 27th of October 1858. William Howard Taft was born in Cincinnati, Ohio on the 15th of September 1857. Wilson was born in Stoughton, Virginia on the 20th of December 1856. Warren G. Harding was born in Marlborough County, Ohio on the 2nd of November 1865, same day as Polk. Calvin Coolidge was born in Plymouth, Vermont on July 4th. Bye bye! 1872. Herbert Toover was born in West Branch, Iowa on the 10th of August 1874. Franklin Roosevelt was also born in Hyde Park, New York, like his fifth cousin, on the 30th of January 1882. Harriet Shrum was born in Lamar, Missouri on the 8th of May 1884. Dwight Eisenhower was born in Denison, Texas on the 14th of October 1890. John F. Kennedy was born in Brookline, Massachusetts on the 29th of May 1917. Lyndon B. Johnson was born in Gillespie County, Texas on the 27th of August 1908. Richard Nixon was born in Yorba Linda, California on the 9th of January 1913. Gerald Ford was born in Omaha, Nebraska on the 14th of July and also in 1913. Jimmy Carter was born in Plains, Georgia on the 1st of October 1924. I told you that on his Life Through Time video on my Alpha channel, A Sense of History. Anyways, Ronald Reagan was born in Tampico, Illinois on the 6th of February 1911. George Bush Sr. was born in Milton, Massachusetts on the 12th of June 1924, same year as Carter. Bill Clinton was born in Hope, Arkansas on the 19th of August 1946. George W. Bush was born in New Haven, Connecticut on the 6th of July 1946. Barack Obama was born in Honolulu, Hawaii on the 4th of August 1961. Donald Trump was born in New York City, New York, like Roosevelt, on the 14th of June 1946. And Joe Biden was born in Scranton, Pennsylvania, the first one born in Pennsylvania since 1791, on the 20th of November 1942. Now that's category 1 done. Now let's move to category 2. The day they were inaugurated. Mm, mm. George Washington became president 2 times and thus had 2 inaugurations. The first was on the 30th of April 1789 and the second was on the 4th of July 1793. Yeah. That exactly 4 years after the second inauguration of Washington, and had his inauguration on the same day in 1797. Jeff Jefferson's first inauguration was on the same day in 1801, and then on the same day again in 1805. Madison's first inauguration was on the same day in 1809, and then on the same day again in 1813. Mr. Monroe's first inauguration was again on the 4th of March, but this time in 1817, and his second inauguration was actually on the 5th of March 1821. They couldn't do it. They couldn't have the inauguration on the 4th because it was a Sunday. They always do the inaugurations on a Monday. John Quincy Adams was inaugurated again on the 4th of March 1825. Jackson was first inaugurated on the same day in 1829 and then again on the same day in 1833. Mr. Van Buren was inaugurated on the same day in 1837. Same day for Harrison in 1841, and then John Tyler, the first person to be inaugurated due to the death of the previous president, was actually inaugurated on the 6th on the 6th of April 1841. They couldn't do it on the 4th because it was a Saturday. Hulk was inaugurated on the 4th of March 1845. Taylor was born on the 5th of was inaugurated on the 5th of March 1849. Then Mr. Fillmore was inaugurated on the 10th of July 1850. Then Mr. Pierce was inaugurated on the 4th of March 1853. James Buchanan was inaugurated on the same day in 1857. Same day for Lincoln in 1861 and 1865. But Mr. Johnson was inaugurated on the 15th of April 1865. Grant's first inauguration came on the 4th of March 1869, then the same day for his second inauguration in 1873. Hayes' inauguration was on the 5th of March 1877. Then Garfield's inauguration was on the 4th of March 1881. Then the same year, Chester Arthur was inaugurated on the 20th of September. Cleveland was inaugurated on the 4th of March 1885 for its first inauguration. House, House Bay Harrison was also inaugurated on the same day in 1889. Same day for Cleveland again in 1893. Then the same day again for both of McKinley's inaugurations in 1797 and 1901. Speaking of 1901, Theodore Roosevelt was inaugurated on the 14th of September of that year, and then on the 4th of March 1905, he was inaugurated for a second time. Mr. Taft was also inaugurated on the same day in 1909, when the same days for Wilson's first inauguration in 1913, but for a second inauguration in 1917, it was on the next day because it was a Sunday the previous day, so they had to do it on that day instead. Mr. Harding was inaugurated on the 4th of March 1921. Coolidge's first inauguration was on the 3rd, 3rd of August 1923. And for a second one, it was on the 4th of March 1925. Herbert Hoover was inaugurated on the same day in 1929. Then the same for FDR's first inauguration in 1943. But then the 20th of January inauguration day became official because in Roosevelt's second inauguration, he was inaugurated on the 20th of January 1937. Then the same day for for both of his last two inaugurations in 1941 and 1945 respectively, but the same year as well as his fourth inauguration, Harry Truman was inaugurated on the on the 12th of April. On the 12th of April, then for his second inauguration, he was inaugurated on the 20th of January 1949. Same Dave Eisenhower in 1953, and then the next day they had to do it in 1957 because it was a Sunday the previous day. And then for Mr. Kennedy's inauguration, it was on the 20th of January 1961. And then on the 22nd of November 1963, LBJ began his presidency. And on the 20th of January 1965, his second term began. Nixon was inaugurated on the same day in 1969 and then the same day again in 1973. Ford was inaugurated on the 9th of August 1974. Carter was inaugurated on the 20th of January 1977. Then the same day for Reagan in 1981. But for his second inauguration in 1985, it was the next day because it was a Sunday the previous day. For George Bush Sr., he was inaugurated on the 20th of January 1989. Clinton was inaugurated on the same day in 1993 and 1997. George Bush Jr. was inaugurated on the same day in 2001 and 2005. Obama was also inaugurated on the same day in 2009, but they couldn't do it on the 20th of January 2013. Thus, they had to do it on the next day because it was decided for the previous day. And second to last, Trump's first inauguration was on the 20th of January 2017, and lastly, Biden's inauguration came on the same day in 2021. I'll quickly, I couldn't add Trump's second inauguration because I couldn't find it. I know you guys can guess it. Go to the live chat button and start typing what you think Trump's second inauguration day was. Now, time for the final category: how they died. Let's start off with George Washington. He died by epileptitis on the 14th of December 1799. Then John Adams died from a heart attack, heart failure, or heart disease on the 4th of July, 1826. From the same day, Thomas Jefferson died from cancer. Then Mr. Madison died from heart attack, failure, or disease in 1831. Then, then, Miss, then, Ma, Mon, then James Monroe died from tuberculosis in 1831. The death years are now in order because I'm doing the year for all the favorite president. Now, John Quincy Adams was the first president to die from a stroke or another brain disease. He's in February 1840 when saying no. Then Andrew Jack, then Andrew Jackson died from renal failure in 1845. Van Buren died from asthma in 1862. William Henry Harrison died from typhoid fever on the 4th of April 1841, and exactly 1 month after his inauguration. And then 2 days later, Tyler was inaugurated. They couldn't do it on the 4th because it was a Saturday, and they always do their inaugurations on Mondays. Oh, and speaking of Tyler, he also died from a stroke or another brain disease in 1862, like Van Buren. The same year as Van Buren. Now, Polk died from cholera in 1849. The year he left office, he actually had the shortest post-presidency ever at only 3 months. Now, Zachary Taylor died from gastroenteritis on on the 9th of July 1850. During the, during the 4th of July celebration, he ate too many cherries and drank too much milk, which led him to die 5 days later. And then Fillmore was inaugurated the day after he died, the day after Taylor died, and then he died from a stroke or another brain disease on in 1874 in March. Then Mr. Franklin Pierce died from cirrhosis of the liver in 1869, near the end of the year, in November. James Buchanan died from respiratory failure in 1868. Abraham Lincoln died from a gunshot wound on the 15th of April 1865. Rest in peace, Mr. Lincoln. Then Andrew Johnson died from a stroke or another brain disease like Fillmore, John Tyler, and J.Q.A. in 1875. Exactly 10 years after Lincoln. Well, not exactly. Then Mr. Grant died from then Ulysses S. Grant died from hmm, Ulysses S. Grant died from cancer in 1886. No, wait, 1885. Rutherford Hayes died from a heart attack, heart failure, or heart disease in 1893, just 3 months after his 70th birthday, actually, believe it or not. Then James A. Garvey was killed by a gunshot wound, but he didn't die of he didn't die until 2 months later. Woohoo! But then he was killed by his doctors. So many people actually believe he was killed by his doctors, not Mr. Gateau. Gateau was the person who shot him, by the way. Now, Arthur died from a stroke or another brain disease in 1886, the year after Grant. Cleveland died from a heart attack, heart failure, or heart disease in 1908. Now, Benjamin Harrison died from pneumonia in 1901. The same year, William McKinley died from a gunshot wound. Then, Roosevelt died from pulmonary embolism in 1919 in January. Yeah. Then Taft died from a heart attack, heart failure, or heart disease in 1930, just a few months after he left the Supreme Court. Now, Wilson died from a stroke or another brain disease in 1924, just a few months after Harding. And speaking of Harding, he died from either a heart attack, heart failure, or heart disease in 1923 when he was in office. Now, Calvin Coolidge died from the same in 1933, a few months, just barely a month before the inauguration of FDR. Now, Herbert Hoover died from cancer and was the last to do so in 1964 in August. And Pierce also died in August. Now, FDR died from a stroke or another brain disease in 1945 in April. And then Harry S. Truman came into power. And he died from. And Truman died from. And then Mr. Truman died from organ failure in 1972. Then Dwight Eisenhower died from either a heart attack, heart failure, or heart disease in 1969, a few months after the former Vice President Richard Nixon was inaugurated. Then John F. Kennedy died from a gunshot wound on the 22nd of November 1963. And not even a month after Truman died, LBJ died from a heart attack, failure, or disease in January 1973. Richard Nixon died from a stroke or another brain disease in 1994. That's more than 20 years after LBJ. The most recent president to die before him, 21 years after the death of LBJ, actually. Now, Mr. Ford died. Now, Gerald Ford died from a stroke or another brain disease like Nixon in 2006 in December. Then we still actually don't know how Jimmy Carter died, but people say it's either a stroke or pneumonia. Then Ronald Reagan died from pneumonia in 2004. Then George H.W. Bush died from Parkinson's disease in 2018. And then Bill Clinton, George W. Bush, Barack Obama, Donald J. Trump, and Joe Biden are all still alive. Thanks for watching this Q&A with me, everyone. Please like and subscribe to both of my channels, this channel and my other channel called A Sense of History. Bye everyone! See you